What is up, Nerd Nation? It's your boy Hunter here from Film Nerd TV, and today we are doing episode of Nerd News. I'm joined again by my co-host and supposedly Titan Chance Ellison.
Yeah, you know what? I found out my MTS title shot was given away, and I'm pissed off. And let's just do this goddamn show.
Overachieving, man. Overachiever.
What did I say when I started on this channel? I want all the belts, all the records, and I want them at the same time.
You're not getting them all at the same time, damn it. You're not John Roca.
That's bullshit. Well, he didn't get them at the same time. I want to have them at the same time. That's where you have a difference. All right.
So
let's get into some news.
Back on topic. All right, so you guys know how this works. We run down all the nerd and film news of the past week, and we talk about them, discuss it, and give our opinions on it. So, Chance, why don't you start by finding one new story that you want to talk about?
All right, well, this is a little outside our normal nerd zone, but I think it's something that's worth noting. So Lady Bird came out I believe it was this weekend or last weekend, went wide. And yeah, went wide this weekend. And it's now confirmed as the best reviewed movie in Rotten Tomatoes history, like ever. Yep. As of right now, it's sitting at a 100% with 170 reviews.
Yep. Now, the reason why it becomes the most positively reviewed over stuff like Toy Story 1 and 2 is because it has
more reviews.
Yeah. Lady Bird had more reviewers reviewing the movie itself. So all of them gave it a positive review, which equaled up to the 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and I've seen Lady Bird. I can't say it's undeserved because Lady Bird is one of my favorite movies of the year. It's fantastic.
Check it out now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Saoirse Ronan should get an Oscar nomination. She sincerely deserves an Oscar nomination. Maybe Greta Gerwig can get in for Best Director. This is what's going to be in conversation when it comes to Oscar time, and I think it's a movie that people should see. And I think that 100%, I think it's justified. I think it's a very good movie.
Okay, and yeah, like I said, I haven't seen it, but I am very interested in seeing it now because of the positive word of mouth and the Rotten Tomatoes stuff. But I also don't want to put my expectations so high because the Oscar movies, they're iffy with me. Like, I loved Nightcrawler, I loved Whiplash, but there's some of them that I just don't get why people love them so much.
My favorite movie of last year. It was like my favorite movie last year for the longest time was Captain America: Civil War, and then in November I saw Moonlight take the title instantly. I love that movie.
I'm trying to keep my expectations lower a little bit, or about medium expectations, because I'm not even sure what the movie's about, to be honest.
Yeah, I think with like indie movies, the less you know, the better. I think you should go in and watch it. I think you'll have a good time.
All right, sweet. So yeah, I'll be checking that one out. And congratulations to
Lady Bird, first-time director Greta Gerwig. I hope she directs more movies in the future because she's not only is she a great actor, she's a great director also.
Oh yeah. So let's go on to some more filmy nerds.
Okay. Story. I want to enter the story because So James Cameron, the guy who once went on record saying Avatar 2 would make you shit your pants. Yes. He said this past week, if Avatar 2 and 3 flop, we won't get 4 or 5. All right, so Hunter, you want to comment on this news before I chime in?
I just want to say one thing, Cameron. You said that we were going to have another Avatar the year after the first Avatar came out. We're still waiting on Avatar 2. Then you announced, hey, we're going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're like, okay, just give me Avatar 2 and we'll be happy.
That's a good.
And then you're like, well, guess what now? If Avatar 2 and 3 don't make money, we ain't doing 4 and 5. So that that pretty much tells me that they're not doing what they said they're doing by filming them, like trying to film back to back to back and to get them all done and all out. I'm confused, Cameron. And then you have Cameron talking about wanting to go back and do Terminator. Just make one movie and just continue with this franchise if that's something you want to continue with.
Yeah, damn, Cameron, just stop. For the love of God, just
You're
stop.
drunk. Go home.
You're drunk. Go home. Like, seriously, yes, I get it. Avatar is the most successful movie of all time. But just because people saw your Blue People movie once doesn't mean they're going to turn out again. Like, nobody, like, you go to the average person right now, nobody cares about Avatar anymore. And I'm sorry, Cameron, I hate to tell you, but you missed your window. Like, this could, like,
Yep.
Cameron is facing Alice Wonderland 2 levels of box office disappointment right now. And like, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like, he said he's committed to 4 movies, and now he's only committing to 2. Like, look, the point is, my philosophy has been since Avatar 2 got pulled from release, like I think in 2013, I will not believe Avatar 2 is happening until I am sitting in the theater watching it on screen.
And even then, I'm still not gonna believe it.
Yeah, even then I'm not gonna believe it. But hey, you know what, James Cameron, I will look. I will take an adult diaper to the theater because James Cameron said himself, Avatar 2 will make you shit your pants. But I'm pretty sure he means he's gonna keep you in the theater so long you're gonna have to use the bathroom and you're not gonna want to get up.
You're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to. So yeah. And look,
See, like,
I'm interested. I'm
Sorry
interested to see where they're going. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what I don't understand is usually when a movie does that well, like the first Avatar did, you're right into production on the second one because you know, all right, this is my window time here. The audience is only going to care for Avatar a certain amount of time. And it's not like, you know, the general audience isn't us, like you and me, that analyze movies and, you know, read up on the news and watch Collide and all that stuff. No. The general public right now totally forgot about Avatar. They're done with it. So, like you said, yes.
Well, yeah, but the thing you're forgetting about, the filmmaker behind Avatar is James Cameron. And James Cameron is someone with every movie he makes, he tries to change the game as far as filmmaking, which he did that with Titanic, and he did that with Avatar. But people forget, Avatar was a movie James Cameron wanted to make for upwards of like 20 years. But when he originally wrote the script, they didn't have technology to make it. So he had to hold off on it until a time came where he could make the movie, and he came out and it did really well. But I'm not sure. The big crux of that movie was the fact that it did a lot in the as far as filmmaking. I don't know. There haven't been very many big advancements in filmmaking since then.
But see what? That's probably what's going to end up helping it.
Exactly.
Of James Cameron, but even that can't save it relevant to pop culture anymore and not relevant to people's minds. Because, like, and I'm counting myself as this also, really short attention span, especially in this year or in this time of day where we have stuff like Justice League, and then we have Avengers, then we have more comic movies, then we have this. We have movies almost every week now. Star Wars is coming in like, 18 days. So, constantly having big movies come out and constantly being in the public's mind.
Yeah.
Came out in what, 2010?
2009.
Holy shit. So that's what, 6 years?
From 2009 to now, that's 8 years.
8 years.
By the time this comes out, it currently has a release of like 2019. So by the time it comes out, it would have been 10 years since the original.
That's scheduled though, and Cameron has also been notorious with pushing back the date of Avatar 2.
Oh, no kidding.
So next time we see Avatar 2, it'll probably be 2035.
At least if Cameron's still alive by then, yeah, and yeah, like
he's pushing it back.
And he's like right now he has the problem I think Martin Scorsese has, where it's just excess, excess, excess. Like, oh, I want to make 4 Avatars, I want to make 3 more Terminators. Just like, dude, slow your roll. Make one goddamn movie, and then make the next goddamn movie.
Yeah. Make one movie at a time, and if you want to shoot them back to back to back, do that. But
yeah,
don't talk about I'm making 5 Avatar movies and I'm making 3 Terminator movies. No. That's, all right, Avatar.
In Terminator, though, at least Terminator, he's not directing it. He's just producing.
He's producing. But still, he has his hand in Terminator.
That's significant. That's significantly less commitment, though. He's hands on with Avatar. This is really to see what Avatar 2 does, because you got Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana coming back. You also got Sigourney Weaver, Matt Gerald, and Stephen Lang, who all died in the first one, also coming back.
Yeah. So how's that gonna work?
I have no idea.
See, all right. Am I the only one who thought Avatar was fucking overhyped?
No, you're not. That's the thing.
See, I watched the movie. I thought, okay, it's good, but holy shit, it's not groundbreaking. The visual effects were good, but
well, I mean, at the time, they kind of were, because
well, I mean, it was. That's what
it was 2009. Nothing to that scale had been done before.
Yeah, and I watched it in 2009, and I was like, the visual effects are amazing, but that's all it was. Yeah. The story was the same cookie cutter shit that we saw before.
It's Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all of them. So, and that's another thing. People have also been starting to become negative on the original Avatar movie.
Oh yeah, people do not like the original Avatar anymore.
So that could also be a factor in turning people away.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, unless Avatar does something extremely groundbreaking, I'm telling you right now, I don't think it'll crack $1 billion.
No, I don't think it will either. But even if it makes, less than $1 billion, I mean, I'm not sure if that would be counted as a flop though. I mean, as long as it makes.
Well, it depends on how much the budget is on these movies, because James Cameron was expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just make the Avatar 2, Cameron. Bring it out.
Make the movie, put it out, let the public decide what they want.
Holy shit. Quit pushing back your release dates. You did that 3 times already.
Yeah, good. I hope this comes out soon, and I want it to be good, because I do love James Cameron as a director. He's directed some of my favorite movies of all time. I don't want him to do this anymore. Just stop. Just go. Unless Arnold Schwarzenegger comes in one of the sequels, I'm not interested.
Yeah, and Terminator, I'm completely done with. After T2, I just gave up.
Terminator has been everyone has gotten worse than the last with Terminator.
I haven't watched Salvation. I haven't watched Genesis. I haven't watched Terminator 3. 1 and 2. That's it.
You're better off. You're better off not watching those. They're not very good.
All right, so let's go on to the next story.
I almost walked out of Genesis. Okay, next story. It's some news out of Incredibles 2. So last time we talked about the trailer. Now we have some casting news. The cast has just added Better Call Saul's Bob Odenkirk and Catherine Keener, who you would recognize from The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and recently this year with Get Out.
Who's she playing Get Out?
She was the mother.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. To be honest, I didn't really know who. Yeah. I don't know who the first guy is, but I can see. You told me who she plays.
Yeah, both these people, they're both. I think, like we always say, it's never a mistake to add talent. These two people they're vastly talented. Catherine Keener is one of the most underrated actresses of maybe the decade. And Bob Odenkirk, I'm glad like he can go on Mr. Show to Breaking Bad to Better Call Saul, and he's gonna be in The Post this year, which looks amazing. And yeah, the dude's a phenomenal talent, and I'm anxious to see what he does in this world of The Incredibles.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm not sure what these guys, these actors can bring to the the movie because I don't know the guy, but I do know what's
Oh,
her name now.
you don't want to break? You never seen Breaking Bad?
No, I need to start watching it. They have it all on Netflix. I need to watch it.
Yeah, you do. Check out if you want to know Netflix. Check out Breaking Bad. Check out Better Call Saul. Also check out With Bob and David, which he is on. Hilarious. The other actor is Catherine Keener, she's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of Get Out, that's actually in my top 10 movies of the year this year. I went back and watched it 3 or 4 times already. I love the movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But go into
if there's any justice in this world, she'll get it. I hope she gets an Oscar nomination for her role in Get Out. I highly doubt it, but she's fantastic.
I think Jordan Peele should get a nomination for Best Director.
He should get. I don't think he will. He should. I don't think he will. I think he'll get Best Screenplay though.
Probably. Like I said, nomination. I doubt he's going to win, but a horror director getting nominated would be awesome. And with it being Jordan Peele's first movie, that's impressive.
Yeah, like this dude, he came out of the game swinging. But back to Incredibles. You were saying?
Incredibles. What I find funny is we were just talking about Avatar and the time between the movies. But the Incredibles were actually fine. Like I'm fine with it. Like I wanted it a few years earlier. But I'm super excited because of the animation technology they have today.
And also the demand is still there. People still want Incredibles 2 before this was even announced.
Yeah, and you still have that pop culture reference, that pop culture of, oh, the Incredibles, we know who these people are. Plus it's Pixar.
Yeah,
I don't think Pixar does a lot of bad movies, and when they do, they're not too terrible.
Except Cars 2. Except Cars 2
and Brave, but
yeah, a good dinosaur. But that's beside the point. As far as Incredible, I also think like it benefited from time because look at the environment of filmmaking right now, where all these superhero movies are coming out right now, and I think if you're gonna make Incredibles 2, I think this is a good time to do it.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect time.
In the same way, I think this is a great time for Unbreakable 2.
Yes, I actually watched Unbreakable for the first time last night.
Did you? How'd you like it?
It was so good.
That's my favorite Shyamalan movie.
And the fact that Split ties in with it, I'm super excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really big. Yeah, Incredibles 2. I think these are two good additions to the cast, and I'm really excited for the movie.
I am too. It's been over 10 years in the making, but it's been worth it.
Hopefully, it'll be worth the wait.
Hopefully.
All right. So let's go into some Fox Marvel news.
Okay.
First one on the docket. It's related to X-Men Dark Phoenix. We'll go with that one first. So there are rumors going around that in X-Men Dark Phoenix that Jean Grey will go full Dark Phoenix and she will kill a close ally.
Who do you think that she will kill first?
I don't know if she's confirmed for the movie or not, but if she is, I think it's going to be Mystique, just because Jennifer Lawrence has demonstrated time and time again, especially with the last one, Apocalypse, she does not want to do these movies anymore. She's tired. She wants to go home. I think if they're going to kill somebody, I think it's going to be Mystique.
Would you really count Mystique as close ally, though?
I guess by the end of Apocalypse, she was the leader of the X-Men.
Well,
look.
I think it's
look at it rationally.
Like to Jean Grey, not close.
If you're looking at it rationally, you're not going to kill Cyclops because they just introduced this guy. You're not going to kill Nightcrawler. They just introduced this guy. Quicksilver's a fan favorite. They're not going to kill him.
Quicksilver's dead.
I'd be so pissed. I would be so pissed they kill Quicksilver. Even as bad as Apocalypse was, I really liked his scenes in the movie.
I actually liked Apocalypse. I didn't mind it.
What was that?
I said I didn't mind Apocalypse. I actually enjoyed it.
It's fine. It's fine, but coming off a Days of Future Past, that's what you're gonna give us?
Yeah.
Fuck you. No.
But hell, The best part of the movie, I think, was seeing Jean finally go Dark Phoenix.
Really? I thought that was a good moment. My favorite parts of that movie was the Quicksilver scene and the scene by Alkali Lake where Wolverine murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah. Again, going way off topic, but
yeah, I don't know who do you think is gonna bite the bullet? Let me see who's confirmed for this movie so far.
Well, your Mystique one isn't too far fetched because again, Jennifer Lawrence seems in the past 3 movies that she does not care about the character.
I mean, in First Class she did.
First Class she did. Days of Future Past you could tell she didn't, and then Apocalypse she just.
Yeah.
She was phoning
in. She was phoning it in so hard.
One that would probably be interesting that's probably not going to happen because it ties in with everything is Magneto.
That could. I hope it doesn't because I do love Michael Fassbender as Magneto. And yes, Jennifer Lawrence as of right now is confirmed for X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Okay, sweet. But as I was saying before, I'm not sure if this is going to tie in with the original X-Men movies or not.
Well, no, we're on a new timeline, so they really don't have to.
So they could kill off Magneto.
They could.
Which possible because
the one person who you can't kill is Professor X, just because of Logan. I was saying the one person you can't kill is Professor X because of Logan, because that takes place in the future, and you kind of need him to be there.
And really, Logan could tie into this new universe, especially with Cable coming in. You could do all the time travel and stuff like that. Maybe that's how Magneto gets killed, is by Dark Phoenix.
This is they can't keep using time travel just because X-Men they already have a continuity problem.
Continuity smart movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my bet. Go ahead.
I don't feel like they should have to stick to a timeline though. I mean, yeah, if you constantly do jumps, then yeah, it's going to be confusing. But if you stay on one continuity and then you want to jump into something else later on, I don't mind them, using the time travel appropriately.
Yeah, look, I'm still on shaky ground with shaking ground with this movie just because we've already seen this done before. It seems like they're retreading a lot with this series. Especially with the main X-Men series, it seems like the main X-Men series is retreading a lot. Like X-Men Days of Future Past, it felt like very seen it before, and now we're doing a story we've already done. Like, why?
We're doing it better though.
Hopefully, it's a lot. That's a lot to put on Simon Kinberg. Good luck, buddy.
It can't be worse than Last Stand.
No, it can't. Well,
it can only go up from there, my friend.
Well, X-Men Origins Wolverine would tell you different, but that's
no. I mean, using the Phoenix
as far as main X-Men. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Using Phoenix, it cannot get any worse than X3.
That is true. Okay. Well, let's hope for the best. Let's go to our next story. All right. Staying in the X-Men universe, we have some Gambit news. So Gambit is back on track. It currently has a release date of, I want to say, February 19th, 2019.
Let me look it up.
And date of February 2019, and they are Lizzie Kaplan is in talks for the lead female role.
Looked up the release date. Yeah, it's February 2019. That's the only thing I can see.
Yeah. I know it's 2019. I forgot what actual day. February 14th, not 19th. February 14th, 2019.
So it's coming out Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's a spot that worked well for them with Deadpool.
Deadpool had a great marketing strategy around the Valentine's Day.
It did, but also it was a good movie, which helped it a lot. I think They tried to get this off the ground for a while, a lot. I thought this project was poison. I'm like, maybe you should stop doing this. But now it seems like they're gun ho about it. I think. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was like, then it got completely canceled for like 2 years, came back, and now it's got a release date.
Well, that's because of they got a new director, Gore Verbinski, who was the guy behind Rango, Ring, the original Ring, the American Ring, and the Pirates movies, the first few of them. Who I think what I think happened was he had a pitch for the story that I think they were going to, because like the reason they couldn't get this off the ground because this was originally supposed to be a $175 million movie, which for Gambit they're not going to shell that out.
No, not at all. If Deadpool was 50 million, you're getting over double that.
Yeah, exactly. So I have some faith in this movie. I feel like it's gonna be for Channing Tatum what Gambit was for Ryan Reynolds. This is gonna be like his passion project, the thing he really wants to get off the ground. I'm looking forward to this Gambit movie. And as far as the addition of Lizzie Kaplan, I think she's a fantastic actress. She's funny. She can play dramatic. She can do just about anything. I don't know who she's gonna play in this story, but I think either way she'll crush it.
You want to go ahead and go to
anything you'd like to?
Really, I'm not too familiar with the Gambit character, but Channing Tatum has impressed me with his comedic timing from 21-22 Jump Street, and I feel like from what I've seen of Gambit so far, Gambit does have that sly sense of humor that I feel like Channing Tatum can bring to the character. So I'm pretty excited to see it.
And you know Taylor Kitsch wasn't getting that second shot.
Thank God.
Although he wasn't bad as Gambit. He wasn't
bad. He wasn't good either.
I mean, I thought he was good for what he was given.
For what he was given, maybe, but he was given shit. So he turned out.
At least give the guy a cameo. That's all I'm saying. Get him a cameo.
Hashtag give him a cameo.
Hashtag give Taylor Kitsch a cameo. Which, hey, he's kind of he's turned his career around a little bit. Like I like where Taylor Kitsch is going.
All right, so which one is
next? Let's go some DC news. Yeah, real quick. First of all, we have, unsurprisingly to us comic fans, but a surprise for everyone else, Batman was confirmed for the Flashpoint movie.
Yeah, it's kind of very important. But I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if you've read the Flashpoint comics or have seen the movie, the animated movie that they had.
I have done both.
In that movie, but it wasn't Bruce. It was Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, like all Jeff Johns said was Batman was going to be. I feel like Ben Affleck is going to bookend the movie, but I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time with Thomas Wayne as Batman, which is exciting to me because as we know, the person cast as Thomas Wayne was The Walking Dead Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who I would love to see play Batman for one movie.
Yep, and as we know, Thomas Wayne's Batman was more brutal Batman. He used guns.
He was more brutal, he was more violent. He killed people.
Yep, he was relentless. He had no remorse, which gets me to wonder if we'll actually see his mom become like some sort of Joker. Like not go full into it, but just like see her go a little mad.
Just allude to it. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting.
And then
especially when you have an actor like Lauren Cohan committed to the role, also from Walking Dead.
Just cast the entire Walking Dead crew.
The entire cast of Walking Dead. Kind of think of it, Andrew Lincoln would be a good Eobard Thawne. But that's aside the point. Yep. As far as Batman for Flashpoint, yeah, I don't think this is the right move to go with for the very first Flash movie. I think I said that on the show before.
Yeah.
But I think if you're gonna do this story, do it right, and it looks like they're doing it right.
Yeah, and like I
believe Wonder Woman's confirmed for this movie also.
Which she needs to be. Her and Aquaman are a major part of that story.
Yeah, which they are.
But like I said, with Justice League getting overwhelming negative response from people and losing WB money, I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for them to reset and find the stuff that works, which is stuff like, I think, Ezra Miller's Flash worked for me. Jason Momoa's Aquaman worked well for me. I love Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Take all the good stuff out of it and rebuild using Flashpoint, because it can only go up if they use what's good and what people are telling them. Look, this is what we love about this movie. This is what we don't like. Learn from the negatives and only situate the positives using Flashpoint.
No, exactly, and so I don't want them to hit the reset button. I kind of want them to just ride this out, because there are a lot. I was more mixed on Justice League, but there were things I did like about the movie, and I want them to explore that more. I feel like with Flashpoint, it's just like, oh, all that you got invested in doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I mean,
but
some stuff from
some things they can keep.
Yeah, some things they can keep, and if they keep the positive things, as I said before, keep the positives, hide the negatives, start rebuilding your cinematic universe with this.
No, totally. And look, well, first of all, my biggest point of this movie, before you make the Flashpoint movie, you gotta teach Ezra Miller how to run, because that boy cannot run. Seriously. Like I was sitting watching the theater, I'm like, what are you doing?
See, am I the only one that actually liked Ezra Miller's Flash?
No, look, I don't hate the character, but if you're a character named the Flash, you got to know how to run first and foremost. That is your character description.
He runs really fast.
I run fast. That's it. Go picture. If you can't do that, why?
There's a problem here. But in Justice League was when Flash is like, okay, everyone's ready for fight. I don't fight. I run around and push people and then run very fast. Or I push people and run away.
I push people and run away. I thought that was a good line. I thought that was a good moment. Was like, just save one person and then you'll know what to do. Which I feel like he's like a hero in training. Which I think I said on the show also. I think a better move would be to have him have a Flash movie where he takes on another species, like Reverse Flash or Zoom first, then go into Flashpoint, because I feel like and this is the problem I had in Justice League, a lot of the things that happen in the Flashpoint storyline, they're not going to feel earned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And trust me, I can understand that, but the way I'm going is the way you said at the beginning. I don't like the fact that they're doing Flashpoint, but if you're going to do Flashpoint, do it right. That's all I want. Do it right. Even if, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that wasn't earned. If it's a great movie, I'm not going to care if it's not earned.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, sure. I see your point. So, yeah, Flashpoints, make it good. Teach Ezra Miller how to run. That's all I got to say on that matter. I mean, they couldn't even fix that with CG. You can CG out a mustache, but you can't fix this kid's running.
Oh God,
that's crap. All right. Speaking of Justice League, we have some news about Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League. So, as we all know, Zack Snyder did not get to finish the movie due to, some personal circumstances that, that's sad for him. Despite what you think of him as a director, he's a dude, and he did not deserve what happened to him. But so he didn't get to finish the movie, and there are a lot of conflicting reports about the so-called Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. One report, the report I read said that his cut of that movie was over 3 hours, which I think I said in my review, I need to be longer. 3 hours is a bit much. Although I think if you edit it, I think if you take into account all the slow mo, that comes in at about 2.5.
Yeah. But the report that I was reading, and I actually saw a lot of people report on this, is there was some deleted scenes that came out for. I'm gonna go over a few of them. One of them was at the end. So spoilers for Justice League here. If you guys haven't seen it, sorry, but spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen it, you're most of America.
Aw, come on.
I had to take a dig. I had to take a dig at them.
I know you did, but so spoiler alert. But at the end, when Superman takes out Steppenwolf, we were gonna have a scene where the boom tube opens. You see, I'm paraphrasing here, but you see Darkseid. He grabs Steppenwolf by the throat and he yanks him back through the boom tube into Apocalypse, and you see a big shot of Apocalypse, like what it actually looked like.
Yeah, like Darkseid was supposed to kill him, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I
like,
thought.
He's gonna throw him in, kill him, and then like have that big panning shot of seeing what Apocalypse would actually look like.
Yeah, I think there was another scene they're talking about where like instead of like the end credit scene where it was like Lex Luthor escaping jail, the end scene was actually going to be Lex Luthor escaping from jail.
Oh, it was gonna be Lex Luthor was gonna be in his jail cell, and then you would see Deathstroke take out the guards and then break him out of prison, and they have an agreement that they're going to meet on that yacht, and that's how they meet up.
Yeah, which I understand why that was cut like that, just because it's a problem that Batman v Superman had also, where that would just feel like a scene that had no bearing on anything, that was just thrown in there because they need to establish the fact that Lex Luthor escaped. I think the way they did it was really smart, but yeah, as far as this so-called Snyder Cut of Justice League, I'm curious to see what it was. Just because I feel like I think I said this in my review also, which you can check out on my channel, Chance the Critic on YouTube. Plug, but I feel like
cheap plug.
Yeah, cheap plug, but I don't care. I feel like given more time, you could have fleshed out some more of these characters, some more of these storylines. Iris West was in this movie. Willem Dafoe was in this movie.
Yeah.
They both got cut out just because they had to meet this runtime. And yeah. I feel like you put out not the 3 hour cut, but you put out something like 2.5 hours,
like 2:45, something like that.
2:45. I feel like that would have gotten better reception. Although I haven't seen it. So I'm just speaking speculation. But I think probably a lot of people have a lot. It was rushed. A lot of storylines didn't get developed very well. I feel like you put out a longer cut. I feel like that gets better reception.
But see, in my opinion, I don't think you really, because it's not like BVS where it was choppy and stuff was completely missing that you could tell was missing. Like when I was in the movie,
well, for the most part,
yeah, things ended short, but I could follow the movie through and through. I understood what was going on. I was never lost, in my opinion. I mean, there were there are giant things taken out that makes you forget what's going on in the movie in the theater cut. Exactly. And all that stuff, and you're like, oh, it makes the movie flow better now.
A friend of mine pointed this out to me. Did you notice this when they went into the Kryptonian ship? It was nighttime. Then Superman comes back to life. It's in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's right.
But I mean, see, like it's like the small things that you notice. That's like, oh, that doesn't. Like I notice it now, but I didn't notice it in the theaters. But in BVS, the theater version, I could tell some things were missing, and it really didn't make the story seem right. And I had a lot of questions. That's when you bring in the extended cut and you put the 30 seconds here, the minute and a half there, scenes that actually fill it up. Justice League, I do want to see the extended cut because there's a lot of cool stuff. Another one with Iris was you were going to see Barry saving Iris from, I think, a car crash I think I read the report.
Something like that.
Longer backstory on Cyborg. You see the car crash that caused his dad to repair him. Like, I want to see that, and I hope they do it, but in my opinion, like, Justice League, I could follow it through and through. I knew the story, I knew what was going on. BVS, the theater cut, chunk were missing that made the story flow for me.
Right. But
that's just my opinion.
So, as far as the Zack Snyder cut, I would want if we put it on Blu-ray, I would buy it just to see what changed, what's different, what's added. But yeah, Warner Bros. Take lessons. Do not meddle with your filmmakers.
Yeah.
Look at Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That should just be their business model for DC. Just look at Wonder Woman. Do that again.
Copy that.
Just everything you did with Wonder Woman, do that for every movie, and you're gonna be good.
So, in every DC movie, we're gonna have a small skin guy with a mustache be the villain. Gotcha.
Oh god, no, wrong lessons again.
False.
You're taking
Don't
the
do
wrong
it.
lesson. All right.
Don't do it.
So, that marks the end of our DC news. Let's go to some Marvel stuff, some MCU stuff, if you will. So our first casting news is not first casting, but our casting news. We have Jude Law joining the cast of Captain Marvel, which currently also includes Brie Larson as the titular character Captain Marvel, Samuel L. Jackson reprising his role as Nick Fury, and Ben Mendelsohn as, I believe, he's playing the villain. So Jude Law has been cast as. What was that?
The Skrulls, right? Is that the main villain for Marvel?
The main villains will be. It's confirmed. The main villains will be the Skrulls. So Jude Law is he's going to be playing Mar-Vell, who was Captain Marvel before Carol Danvers.
Yep.
Man, Jude Law is making his rounds, man. Like he's got Harry Potter. He has Sherlock Holmes. He's going to be in the MCU. Like Jude Law, man.
Give it up to him, man. Like he is. Years, but again, I go back to the old saying: nothing wrong with adding great talent.
Exactly, and yeah, Jude Law, I was saying Jude Law, he is a fantastic actor. I think he could lend a lot to this universe, especially as a character like Mar-Vell, who he's pretty much like Carol Danvers' mentor. For those of you that haven't read the comics. And yeah, I feel like Jude Law brings a presence, gravitas, if you will, and that will lend itself very well to being Mar-Vell. So yeah, I'm all for it.
What surprised me was, Mar-Vell being in the movie at all. Because if you in the comics. It started out in the comics where, like, the first few issues, you saw Mar-Vell, and he was, like, giving the power and showing her what to do. That's that. She went by herself. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, we would have, like, mentions of, oh, yes, my mentor Mar-Vell taught me this, but I didn't think he would actually be a pivotal role in this movie, which is actually kind of cool now.
Which, well, you kind of have to, because I know we talk about like we're sick of origin stories, but there's some heroes that I think do need them, especially because like the lesser known ones. I think Captain Marvel is one of them because her origin is so weird and strange that like if you just throw that in like 2 seconds voiceover and exposition, it's gonna be like, wait, what? It's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. So I feel like if you're doing this, you need him for this story.
And I'm actually kind of glad that they're bringing in Mar-Vell, and Nick Fury coming back does make sense because he was, he's part of the MCU. He's the head of the MCU pretty much, and he was pretty much a long-standing when she was a part of the Avengers, he was like a mentor to her pretty much. Like she looked up to him, so that
he was Captain Marvel before Carol Danvers.
Huh?
Like he was Captain, like before Carol Danvers, he was Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So, and the fact that we're getting the Skrulls is kind of interesting because I thought that Fox owned the Skrulls, but I guess they don't.
Maybe they got him in the ego deal.
The ego deal? I don't think so. I think it's something kind of like with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Where they just share the property.
Yeah,
they have joint custody.
Yeah, joint custody of the kids.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to the deleted scenes for Justice League real quick. Because I just thought of one that the end credit scene, instead of that mid credit scene that we had with the Rays, would be at first set up for the Justice League Corps movie. Like, apparently, you were going to see like Hal Jordan, like the actor who plays Hal Jordan, whoever they cast, gets the ring, and then he gets the mask, and then he sets up for the Green Lantern Corps movie that way.
No. The worst thing we could have done was try to shoehorn one of the Green Lanterns in it.
I mean, it's a mid-credit scene because the Corps movie is supposed to come out 2020.
I believe 2020. Yes.
About 2 years from now, so actually now would be the best time to do it.
They're gonna have to get some casting at some point. But anyway, back to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty much that's nothing wrong with adding great talent. Jude Law is a great actor, and can't wait to see him in that green paint.
Yeah, true. Or if they go for the human version. Either way, it's gonna be interesting. All right, and our next MCU story.
It's Captain Planet.
It's I think Don Cheadle has stake on that role first.
God damn it, that's right, Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. All right, so some other news from the MCU. So Kevin Feige has said that the Avengers 4 will mark the finale of the current MCU.
Now, question: do you actually believe him?
I think what he means is like the MCU as we know it now is gonna the MCU after Avengers 4 is gonna be different from the MCU as we know it right now, because
wasn't that every Avengers movie though? Think about it. The Avengers 1 was the end of from first Iron Man to the first Avengers was that time period. That Avengers was the finale.
Yeah.
You go into the second half, which is completely different, and then Avengers 2 leads into something else.
But there's not a major disconnect though, because like you still have like the same returning cast members, still had like recurring storylines.
I wonder if he tone.
With the fourth Avengers, you gotta remember like this is gonna mark the end of a lot of superheroes who come to now. Like I'm pretty sure after this, Evans is done, Downey is done, Hemsworth is done. Those are the big three right there. They're out. I'm pretty sure Johansson's gonna be done. Like most of the major heroes are gonna be gone. So the outlook of this franchise is gonna look vastly different. It's gonna be the big heads of this franchise are gonna be Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, maybe Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man will stick around. Scarlet Witch.
I'm actually excited because now I do have a theory that Avengers 2 set up the new Avengers, the Defenders, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, both part of the Defenders.
Essentially, yeah.
A Defender. Ant-Man, a Defender.
Yeah, they stopped doing Avengers. Well, they're already doing Defenders on TV, so they can't take that title. But yeah, they're essentially doing the Defenders lineup, but they're the new Avengers.
Or the Young Avengers, something like that.
Do not bring in the Avenger babies. The Avenger babies. Don't do that.
Avengers babies.
Oh God, no. The only one that can have Muppets and babies in the title are the Muppet Babies, which was awesome. No, you can't all be
And
the
Super
Muppet,
Babies.
you can't all be the Muppet Babies.
And Super Babies.
Super Babies.
Do you remember Super Babies?
Oh God, no. What was it? Baby Geniuses? Baby Geniuses. That was what it was. Oh God.
I know it's one. There was a few called Super Babies too.
Fuck. Well, I think I remember that one, but that's beside the point. But anyway,
There
as
was
far as
three of them. There was 3 of them.
we should just call this show Tangents. But
Yeah. Yep. This is Tangents.
yeah,
Oh, God.
but yeah, as far as this,
Off topic.
yeah, Avengers 4. I'm not sure. I can't remember this. I think they're still shooting at the same time, so they got to have a plan in mind. And we already know. Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is going to come out after Avengers 4. I think that's the first movie slated to come out after it. And you already know they're going to make Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
They're running out of new characters, but I think the characters that they're building up are so interesting. You can spin them off for a few more movies.
Oh yeah, and I wonder if Feige meant like a tonal shift.
No, he meant like the franchise is going to change. Like the current outlook of MCU, the outlook of the MCU is going to be different after Avengers 4.
So, do you think that Steve Rogers is gonna die? Like they're gonna kill him off?
I got to assume so.
So, like, my theory is they'll probably kill off Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Tony Stark's Iron Man, but they'll probably replace them with Falcon or Bucky, whichever one you want to use at the time, and Rhodey.
Yeah, I don't think they'll kill off Downey. They'll probably just like relegate him to like a side character. Maybe have him come back every now and then. But like,
I think Downey's done with the character.
Maybe, but either way, yeah. Like, I'm really looking forward to. I'm curious what this means because this has been a part of our lives for the better part of like 10 years.
12 years.
12 years. Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
I remember
2008?
2008, so 10. So about 10. So yeah, it's been part of us for a better part of 10 years, and you do this, like it's gonna be an interesting shift for the franchise, and I'm looking forward to it.
And actually, I wonder if they'll stop doing cinematic universes and just go back to regular solo standalone movies.
I mean, maybe. I mean, you look at this.
I want back, to be honest.
I mean, you look at this trend. You look at the trend of like cinematic universe and interconnect, and this all started with the MCU. Kevin Feige literally changed the game of filmmaking.
Feige created a monster.
He did, and it's not his fault. Like he used it for good. So whenever anybody else tries it, that they screw up.
Universal,
Sony, DCEU to an extent. Pretty much everyone that's not Marvel keeps screwing up at this. but yeah, like, maybe they'll be going back to standalones. I don't know. Only time will tell.
I hope so because I like, back before the cinematic universe where you go in and you enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
One movie. It's one movie. It's not one movie that has to tie in with this and has to tie in with that, and then, this is going to be this, this is going to be this. No. One movie, and if you want to make this into a series, you make multiple movies, and you solo standalone movies.
Exactly. All right, so from one Disney property to another, let's talk about some Star Wars.
Star Wars.
All right, so they released the box office tracking numbers for Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which opens December 15th, and currently it is set to open at around $200 million. Which
No, not surprising.
Yeah, no, not surprised because the Force Awakens had an opening of about 200. I think 200. I want to say 207. No, higher than that.
Yeah, it was one of the highest. It was one of the highest opening weekends.
No, I think it is the highest opening weekend. I need to look up the exact number, but yeah, Force Awakens opened at upward 200 million. Last Rogue One opened, I think I want to say like around like 170s, 180s, maybe 190s. I can't remember how exactly, but yeah, Star Wars. When they show up, they show out. Like
Yeah.
they're one of those franchises that literally they print money with every outing. Like never will you hear the day where a Star Wars movie bombs like that.
So its opening weekend was $248 million.
God damn! So almost 250.
Yep, almost 250.
God damn.
God damn.
So
well, granted, I don't.
Good.
It's really good because you got to think coming off of The Force Awakens, the reason it made 248 million. Well, it's because technically we haven't seen a Star Wars movie at the time for about 11 to 12 years, not counting the prequels.
Right.
So people were like so excited for Star Wars to come back. This one, I feel like they're going to be excited, but I think 200 million is reasonable enough because I feel like it's going to take just a slight decline, not a lot, but like a slight decline of the Force Awakens opened so high is because
like that was the first Star Wars movie we had in like 10 years.
In like I think 11 years if you really look back at it.
Well,
but
was it? No,
it was 2014.
10 years.
Well, it was
Force Awakens was 2015, and the last real Star Wars movie gotten before then was Revenge of the Sith, which was 2005.
Oh, for Sith? No, I'm talking about like not counting the prequels. It was over 10 years.
Oh, not counting the Oh, yeah, since Jedi, since '83.
Yeah. So, that has a lot to do with it. With people like, oh, I want to see Star Wars again, and plus it's a Star Wars name. And I think wasn't this the first movie under the Marvel or under the Disney umbrella that they came out with?
Yes, it was.
And then you have the marketing. So I think the reason it opened so big was because you had the absence of Star Wars, you added in Disney, 248 million. This one they've set it up good, and the trailers have been good.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going to take just a slight decline because people are like, oh, we had Rogue One. Now we're getting another Star Wars. So I feel like it's going to take just a slight dip, but not too bad.
No, it's not. I don't think it'll be as high as Force Awakens. It'll be high unless it has really good word of mouth, and then I think it'll be higher.
Watch, it sucks. Oh,
I'd be so depressed, but I don't think it will. I really don't think it will.
No.
But Rian Johnson, he's got. I've said it before, man. He's got the goods. But yeah, as far as I think you put a Star Wars movie out, it doesn't matter when you put it out. It's going to be 150 million easy. Episodic, it's going to be 200 million easy.
Yeah, without a doubt. So I feel like tracking right now at 200 million, it's reasonable.
Makes a lot of sense, but I don't think it'll have the Justice League problem where we're tracking at like 120 and don't even crack 100.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got for the news today.
What's up with you like taking jabs at Justice League anytime you can?
Because it baffles me. It baffles me that they could get that movie to over $100 million.
Well, you can't really blame the studio for that. People didn't want to go.
You can blame the studio for that. That is their fault. They dropped the ball.
I mean, technically, even if the movie was great, I don't feel like people would go out and see it.
I think they would have. Look at Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was tracking at like $60 to $80 million.
I think Wonder Woman barely made 100 its opening weekend.
That's good. That was way above initial tracking. Initial tracking put
Well,
Wonder Woman at
again,
like
coming up,
$70 to $80 million.
yeah. Cut it off here.
What was that?
Go ahead and take this out.
Yeah, all right.
'Cause
Take it out.
I'm fucking out of it right now, but
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us here on Nerd News episode 5. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like, subscribe to Film Nerd TV, check out Patreon, patreon.com/FilmNerdTV. I'll have a chance. And we'll see you guys soon.
Anything you want to plug?
Oh, go ahead and plug your.
Go
Go ahead and plug your thing real quick.
Yeah, Full Metal Trivia and also my YouTube channel, Chance the Critic. My review of Coco, Pixar's Coco, will be up tonight, so be on the lookout for that.
I'm actually excited for Coco to come out.
Yeah, it's already out, but yeah.
Well, for me to see it.
Yeah, so that's all I want to plug. Let's take it out.
Peace.